Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, and it's June 6th, and it doesn't feel it because it's shitty in Syracuse as per usual, but I am sitting out in front of the gym and didn't really think about what I was going to vlog today, but wanted to vlog because I know I said I was going to vlog post-show. I don't want you guys to think I got lost. Sitting here wearing my WNBF Bikini Pro sweatshirt that I love, and I've still got that luscious spray tan on, which I love. I love the way this spray tan looks after you wash it off once, and it's just like you go back to work and everyone thinks you went on vacation, so it's kind of funny. It's Tuesday. You guys last saw the show footage. We went out that night, had a great meal. It was like everything I dreamt of. And then Sunday was higher macro day for me, which was nice, and I was still actually like really full on Sunday. And then Monday, being yesterday, started kind of like the reverse diet macros, as well as slowly cutting back on cardio. With the macros for this week, they're actually higher than what they were though the past 2 weeks leading up to prep, or to the competition. The 2 weeks leading up to competition were cut significantly to kind of help, bring me in a little bit more, bring me in leaner. I was starting to not really stall a bit, but yeah, I guess I was stalling a bit. But so anyways, macros are higher than they were the past 2 weeks, so that's good. I have some room to kind of play around with stuff. Like, it's funny though, because even though your macros are higher, like yesterday I was definitely like feeling like hungrier, but I think that's like also kind of that my body adjusting. I had that big meal Saturday, I got to eat a lot more on Sunday, and then macros on Monday are like whoa. So it's a adjustment period, but so far so good. I just wanted you guys to know I'm doing okay post show. I'm still just like in awe of the whole experience, and I'll probably talk a bit more about that later. It's almost 6 o'clock, so I'm gonna get into the gym. The competition day was like a day off from the gym, obviously, and the day before. So coming home, I did work out. I've worked out Sunday, Monday, today. I'm just super motivated, you guys, to like be in the gym right now. I'm super motivated to see where I can go with my reverse, and really take my time with things and treat my body right. And I don't know, I'm like so motivated. I can't even put it into words, and I don't know what's next for me. I'm still trying to figure that out, so as soon as I know, I will update you guys on that situation. But for now, I'm gonna get into the gym, I'm gonna hit some back, and I may throw in some hamstrings because I just want to work hamstrings every day of my life. So I'm gonna do that and get some cardio done before I get ready for work. I'm home from the gym. I had an awesome workout today. I definitely had a lot more energy in the gym today than I did the past 2 days, so that was really good. I hit up 40 minutes of cardio, and then I ended up just doing glutes and hamstrings because that's just what I'm kind of motivated to keep working on. And I think I'm gonna change up my lifting split a bit. I had been doing legs twice a week, but I think I'm gonna do 3 times a week, not necessarily like a third total leg day, but just to incorporate more hamstrings. So, and I have to quickly get ready for work. I think that's it for right now. This guy is just the sweetest ever. He's such a good boy. While mom and dad were gone, he's such a good boy. So I thought I'd show you guys some of the foods I'm bringing to work with me. Nothing major has changed with what I'm eating, but the one thing I'll say is like going into peak week, I was very careful to like eat mostly whole foods, and I watched like my sodium and artificial sweeteners and stuff like that a bit more, and that's not really something I'm watching this week necessarily. I don't want the sodium too high just because like you already feel bloated post-show after having like a cheat meal and stuff like that, but I'm not really worried about it. It's not like I'm hopping on stage again. I just mainly want to be following my macros, so I'm doing a good job with my reverse. So I love it when he chases his tail, because like he's never gonna catch that little tail. Are you? This is what I've been like loving for breakfast. Looks a little watery now, but cream of rice, and I mixed in with it an egg white and some Cinnagam MTS whey with a tablespoon of peanut butter and some strawberries. So that's one good meal right there. I've got a big bowl of egg beaters, and in there's some feta cheese, there's tons of veggies. I've got bell peppers, onions, tomatoes, and then I've got an avocado here. I'm gonna probably add to that as well. And then in here, I've got some lean beef and some green beans. And that's pretty much it. That's not gonna entail my total day's worth of macros, but that's just like some good sounding meals that I packed for work so I can feel satisfied. And yeah, that's what it's all about. Finding foods that are satisfying to you, sound good to you. You know, that's the easiest way to stick with a diet is eat things you enjoy. So, I just want to stay home with Bruce. It's raining out. I feel horrible. Jason has a golf outing for work, and he's going to be like outside all day, and it's just nasty out. So anyways, real quick, I'm also going to get ready to, I drank my branch chains while I was working out, but I think it's super easy to get sick post-show, just because your immune system is probably compromised dieting so hard. And what happens is, like, why do you get sick right after a big event? I used to always get sick after running a marathon. I think because your body, it gets into this like fight or flight mode, and you know you have to keep it together, and then you have your event or your competition, and then it's just like the adrenaline dump, and then that's when it like kicks your body's ass. So I really don't want to get sick. It wasn't that long ago I had strep throat, so I'm really trying to make sure I'm getting in enough nutrition, primarily through my food, but since macros are still low, the other product I highly suggest is MTS Greens Plus Multi. I use this throughout my whole prep, essentially. I like this mixed with 1 scoop of the mixed berry machine fuel. I feel like that's like the best flavor combo. The greens are good alone too, but they're like really tasty when you mix them together. So I'm gonna mix that up, and that's gonna be like my little drinky drink on the way to work, because I probably won't eat until I get to work. So for me, it kind of helps tide me over a bit till I get to work. And I pretty much, like, I haven't like decided like if I'm gonna religiously stick to tired. Actually, I'm really not tired. I feel good right now. I'm probably gonna stick to intermittent fasting for right now, at least. That's what's working for me. Like, I'm reversing, so obviously macros aren't super high yet, and I just find like intermittent fasting works so well for me in terms of compliance and feeling satisfied, and it just makes it feel less restrictive. So for me, that's what I'm gonna keep doing, which basically means I end up eating like almost all of my food throughout the workday, although I haven't packed everything with me for today. Can you see him back there? He's literally just laying on the ground next to his ball. Like, what a good little boy. What a good boy. So yeah, the plan is for right now, I'm gonna continue with the, fuck, I didn't open that. Dude, I suck. I need a new camera. The plan is to continue with intermittent fasting post-show because it just has worked so well for me. Like I said, I didn't purposely start doing it. It wasn't like, yeah, I'm gonna incorporate it this week. It just happened. It just kind of worked out with how I was like spacing out my meals, and I found what worked best for me in terms of feeling full and feeling like, you know, I wasn't so hungry I was gonna like need to overeat or something like that. So it works best for me, so I'm gonna kind of keep things as consistent as possible. You know, I am someone that needs structure. I learned that very much so after my last show, so I'm not gonna deny that of myself and who I am. I need structure continuing on, and I love being fit and healthy and feeling healthy. So it's more so not thinking about like how to not gain as much weight as possible. In my head, it's like, okay, Kara, you've been feeling like the healthiest, the most energetic, the happiest you've felt in a long time. And I really feel like a big part of that is just because I've been taking care of me and taking care of my health. So that journey doesn't stop just because I competed a few days ago. That journey is going to continue, and I'm more motivated than ever, especially now that macros are going to increase, to just be as healthy and happy as possible. So cheers to that. And dry shampoo day, head to work. This is my get ready in 15-minute look. Just slicked my hair back, which I like never wear my hair like this, but it's what I'm working with just like a little tank top, black jeans, boots because it's raining out and cold, and then just like this little, it kind of feels like suede, little kind of coat thing I got from Forever 21 since it's gonna be like cold in my office all day. So it's my quick go-to look for work. Always have black pants, top, whatever. Can't go wrong with that. And what's up, guys? I am now done work for the day, and I am going to head back to the gym. I technically don't have to. I didn't last night. I went home right after work, which is really weird. But I do have a couple HIIT sessions scheduled for this week, and I want to go tonight while I'm feeling really motivated and I feel like I have the energy. I'm also just kind of like in the mood to go get in a good HIIT session right now, so I'm gonna do that. I don't know if I'm gonna like lift anymore. Sometimes I like to. Like I just want to hit a couple movements or something, maybe some rear delts, we'll see. So yeah, but I looked and I had my workout clothes with me, and I didn't bring a pair of socks. I'm wearing like leopard Steve Madden dress socks, so those aren't gonna do it for cardio, and I'm very particular for my socks for cardio. So I'm gonna run into Marshall's, grab a cheap pair of socks, which was on my way, head to the gym and get that done on the way home. Bruce, actually, if you guys follow Jason's Insta stories, we don't know what happened. Like, Jason got up today and he had diarrhea, and then when he came home from work, he was like puking, like exorcist style. So hopefully none of you are eating right now. To be safe, he brought him to the vet, and they gave him some antibiotics and some other stuff. So we're really not sure, like, if he ate something. They don't think there's a blockage or anything like that, but we have to keep an eye on him. And we don't know, maybe he got something from being boarded this weekend with the other dogs. He is a young puppy. He is fully vaccinated, but you just never know with dogs. So poor Jason has been dealing with all of that, and hopefully Bruce is okay. So we'll see. So you guys, like I said in the beginning of this video, he was all sweet and just laying there. The poor guy didn't feel good. That's why he was laying there. Normally he's like running around and wanting to play with me as soon as I get home. So that was not typical for him. So we'll keep you posted on that. I'm going to keep you guys posted on what my upcoming plans are. I am looking at possibly doing another show. I just don't know when. There's not a lot of options for pro shows. The WNBF in particular, there's nothing until the fall. In natural organizations, it's a little bit different. You can like cross over and compete in other natural organizations. So there are some other natural organizations that do have pro shows. Again, there is not much that they actually schedule in the summer. Probably because no one wants to diet in the summer, apparently. Anyways, at this point in time, I am reverse dieting, and that's the plan for now until I figure out anything different. But for the most part, I'm really, really happy with how Saturday went. And then, you know, the one thing that I want to say, I do have some stuff I want to work on after watching the footage. I like how my physique looked. I always feel like I can come in just like a little bit tighter, you know, a little bit tighter would be nice. But my biggest thing is like my posing, and I got my confidence the longer I was out on stage. But when I first came out on stage, I was in my own head too much, and that nervousness I feel like showed. I don't feel like I showed enough, like, I own this shit, this is my stage. And I kind of got in the groove with that as things went along, but you need to go out there from the get-go, especially as a pro. You need to go out there and like own that stage, and I feel like I didn't. I know I could have done a better job with that, and I didn't, and that bothers me. So super proud, but I'm not satisfied. So we will see what's next. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Thank you for all the great comments. You guys have been like beyond awesome. I'm very, very happy with the placing. Tough competition. Was surprised I even got top 5, to be honest with you. Those girls all really looked great. They posed great, you know, very tough competition. So I was very, very happy with the placing. And I want to say too, like, the show itself, like, the girls were like really great to be around. Those stage lights were so super hot. You'll notice in some of the poses I stopped pulling my hair off my back, which I shouldn't have because my back is a strong point. But I was sweating so bad, and I thought I was the only one sweating, and I could like feel my tan dripping off of me. And so when we went back around stage, like, all of the girls were sweating, and we were talking about it and like wiping each other down, and just everyone was like, you look great, I love your suit, oh my god, you're so beautiful. And just everyone was very humble and complimentary and supportive, and we were all just like in awe of each other, and we were all so happy to be competing against like what I feel like was a really high caliber of bikini pros. It was really good competition, and I think we were all happy to be in that lineup, you know? Like, no one wants to go out there and, like, be standing next to one other person, and, you know, you want to feel like you have good competition. At least for me, it's important. Like, I'd rather go out there and place 5th against, like, some really amazing-looking girls versus getting second place in a lineup of 3 people. Do you know what I'm saying? So not saying one's better than the other, but it's always nice when you have that good competition. And I really do feel like, you know, everyone really looked incredible. And even all the amateur girls too, like a lot of people turned pro at that show, they all looked great too. So there's just a lot of competition in this sport. Really good experience, and I'm just feeling hungry still. So we'll see what comes of that. I'm gonna get my socks, get to the gym, get this done so I can get home and be with the boys and see how Bruce is doing. So grab myself some socks from Marshall's, some Under Armour socks, real cheap, 3 pairs for $6. And then I also grabbed this gem, which I'll share with you. I love these Jordan skinny syrups, and I got it in caramel pecan. How do you say it? Caramel pecan? Or caramel pecan. I say caramel pecan, but whatever. It sounds amazing. I'm gonna use this to add to my cream of rice in the morning to kind of spruce it up a little bit. And now I am really off to the gym to finish my workout. Can we just take a look at my medal again? Not even sure if I really showed this to you guys, but I thought this was an awesome medal. I always get trophies, and I thought this was super cool. And it's ginormous. I love it. Feeling better, Bruce? So with reverse dieting, I've never really attempted it, I should say. I've never given myself a chance to really do the reverse diet properly. And so some of you have asked, like, for me to talk about, you know, how to stay motivated during the reverse and some tips on that. I wanted to kind of give you some of what's helped me thus far, and I will continue to do so as I go along. But number 1 being, I've been thinking about the reverse my entire prep. Part of me even deciding to prep was me considering the reverse process and how I wanted post-show to look. And I think that's something a lot of people don't do. So that would be my number 1 thing for you. As you're choosing to compete or take on a deep cut, think about, not saying you have to have it all planned out, but think about what you foresee that post-cut, that post-show experience to look like. What do you want it to look like? For me, because last year was so difficult, it was something I've been really motivated to do, is to reverse diet. Last year I was very emotional post-show. I had a lot of emotions, and those emotions were connected with food. I was utilizing food as a coping mechanism for my emotions and feeling lost and feeling unsure of myself, and it's not a good coping mechanism to have. So I'm removing there's still emotions attached to food. Food's enjoyable. I like food a lot. I'm a dietitian, obviously I enjoy food, but I'm leaving the emotional aspect out of it. So while I sit here right now talking to you, and I'm hungry, okay? I'm hungry, and I was very tired at the end of the day. Thought about, even though I told you I was gonna go to the gym, I thought about maybe not going, and thought about how hungry I was. I just am like, it is what it is. I'm leaving it there and I'm moving on. I'm not gonna sit there and perseverate on it. So removing the emotion out of it is a big thing for me. So I think part of what will be my success is that my reverse for me is more about my health and the fact that my body this past year, I kind of ate how I wanted to eat. I let things be how they were gonna be. And then when I started prepping, I was really impressed with how my body responded. I was really impressed with how this whole prep experience went, how non-drastic we had to get things. I mean, we really didn't cut things hard until the last 2 weeks. And yeah, it was hard, but it wasn't like, honestly guys, it was not like a super hard prep for me. And I was working my butt off. So all of that kind of also motivated me to be thinking about a good reverse and like, oh my goodness, if this is what I could do coming off like an entire year of not tracking, what could I do with a real structured reverse? Like upping my macros slowly, still being consistent in the gym, still focusing on my health. Like, I really think this could be the year that I see the best results possible in terms of, aesthetically with my physique. It's okay to have like aesthetic goals, which I still do. And just with my health and how I feel. Like, I'm just so excited to see what can be done by actually following the reverse properly. And I also take it back to health and thinking about health and being a dietitian. I kind of like lost all that last year. And if I think about if I was working in a hospital and I was working with a patient who was severely underfed, for instance, if I was working with someone who had an eating disorder and anorexia and was restricted for a long period of time, or if I was working with a cancer patient who, again, was malnourished and not able to eat well, as a dietitian, as a clinician, you do not just feed them as much food as possible that you can fit in their pie hole. You don't do that. Refeeding syndrome is real, and that can cause a lot of issues. And the same, those are more not extreme situations, those are medical conditions, but just thinking about it in that context of health, you would never just want to shove all the calories in those people. You really wouldn't. That wouldn't be the route a dietitian would take. And so why would I do that to myself? I'm just more focused on feeling healthy and as much as I'm hungry and like the temptation's there and it gets real hard after prep, like I've noticed, even though my macros are higher this week, and again, it's only like day 2 or 3, but you feel hungrier, like you physically feel hungrier after the show is done. So I'm just trying to remove the emotional aspect from it. I'm trying to bring it back to health and focus on my health. And the other thing I want to mention too that I didn't do last year that might be helpful for you guys too is, people are like, what's next? What's next? And you can feel lost and you can have the post-show blues. Last year, I was trying to come up with non-fitness goals. I had achieved my pro status in bodybuilding for Bikini, which is what I wanted, and I felt like, okay, this is the time that you have to choose to do something different, Kara. Like, grow up, like have some new goals, have different goals in your life, quit focusing on all these fitness goals that you've had your entire life. And I just kept trying so hard to like find what those other goals were. And I think that's a big part of me feeling lost. Fitness is part of me. It's part of my life. It has been since I was a young kid doing Jane Fonda videos because I thought they were bomb, okay? Like fitness is part of me. I tried denying that for whatever reason, and I'm not gonna do that anymore. Like, fitness is such a huge passion of mine. So if I wanna set another goal to compete again, then I'm gonna do that. And I don't care if that's trendy, and I don't care if that's what, people want to see or not want to see or expect of me. If I want to sign up to do another marathon in the next year, like these are things that I may want to do, and I am going to focus on fitness goals. I'm not going to deny myself that love that I have for fitness and what it provides in my life. So it's not necessarily in competition or, you know, running, but I need to have fitness goals. That's me, that's who I am. And so having those goals set up in a reverse diet post-show is critical. And that's something I was lacking last year. I just felt like I wasn't supposed to. Like I felt like I needed to have non-fitness goals. Like I needed to like join a book club or some shit. And that's just not me. I'm sorry, it's not. So for me, my goals are gonna stay fitness related and also focusing more on YouTube. Like I enjoy this channel and I enjoy helping you guys, and the Driven group was huge for me. It really showed me a lot of how far my reach can go, even with maybe not the biggest fitness channel out there, but I feel like I've really been able to help people, and I just believe in myself more. So that's another one of my goals. So I have all these other goals. So I'm not focusing, my plan is to not focus each and every day on how little I have to eat. No, it's all for the bigger purpose of my health and well-being and being a good example to you guys. You know, that motivates the crap out of me, like that I inspire you guys. And I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna show you how to have the best frigging post-show experience and how to love yourself regardless of you gaining weight or, you know, increasing your diet or not being stage lean anymore. Who gives a fuck? I am going to show you how to have a great post-show experience, how to stay positive and motivated, the way I just showed you how to have a great 3-month prep, staying positive and motivated every step of the way. So I hope you guys stick with me through this journey. And Driven group, I haven't forgot about you. I will be picking a winner. So at this point, if you want to kind of post for me in the Driven Facebook group, what the past few months has done for you, what this group has done for you. I'd love to hear that and read that. It mean a lot to me. And so, yeah, I think I'm gonna end this here. Something I'm gonna do to help assist in the post-show experience is taking care of myself. So last night I took a bath and had a melatonin and a great night's sleep, and it was awesome. So I'm going to run a bath right now and just relax and wind down and get ready for bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed all the reverse dieting updates. More to come, plenty more to come. I hope this tan never leaves my body. For real, I love it. I love everything about it because I'm weird. So anyways, that's it. We'll see you guys in the next one.